Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Consortium Interregnum. Yay! You guys don't sound hyped.
I said, yippee!
Jesus Christ.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just fucking.
Is it because you guys are still hastily leveling up your characters?
Actually, I got meta magic to depth, so fuck you.
You can get that?
Yeah,
That's a feat.
I don't get any, like, additional sorcery points, but I can get it.
You get the 2.
I get the 2, and I get 2 options.
Well, besides leveling up, do you all remember what you did last time?
Oh god, what didn't we do? We told a guy to leave a funeral. And that guy might be the BBEG of our campaign.
And we also challenged him to a duel.
We did.
Duel.
Yeah.
We haven't set the terms yet, though.
Yep.
What makes you think that there is going to be a big bad evil guy for this campaign?
What do you mean? Where's it?
Wait, huh? What?
Yeah, like, I don't know why you guys just assume that there's going to be one.
How would there not be?
I don't know. Maybe I've got some better plans.
Just laugh on saying. Were you like chuckling?
I sure hope he is.
I mean, I don't know what would objectively count as being better. I mean, if there is, I'm down to see it, but otherwise, it's very possible this guy is also just a big bad evil guy.
I mean, we could also just like win the election, and then
Oh yeah, we could also
end.
just like win the election.
I mean, if we did that, he'd still be a bitch.
I think
Nothing's gonna stop him from being a bitch.
This is true. It's impossible. You can't take. You can take the resting bitch face out of the bitch, but you can't take the bitch rest.
Come on, no,
You
go
can do
for it.
You got it.
You got it.
No.
You got it. Come on. Who's on first, Steven?
Second.
Anywho. You got us there.
But yeah, besides that, yeah, we were supposed to come up with ironclad rules as to prevent him from cheating because
I hope you all used the 2 weeks that I've given you to expertly craft out and workshop beautiful rules.
Yeah. So you know how like that would have made sense to do? Yeah, we didn't.
I was too busy getting swept out to sea, so I hope you forgive me.
I was too busy witnessing world events.
I was too busy being rear-ended.
Heyo.
There you go.
Heyo.
Who's taking back shots than Steven?
What?
You got rear-ended.
Already not even fucking few minutes into this. You couldn't wait. You couldn't wait to get you dumb son of a bitch. We had a good thing going, and you decided to fuck it up because your ego and your pride.
It's not my fault.
And your back shots.
And your back shots.
Steven back shot.
Walks the car, blows up.
What if his back shot get in the way?
Steven's back shots.
So we have no plan. You got no rules. Fucking the crowd can get on this too. Let's fucking go.
We're literally doomed.
Yeah, no, we're changing the rules here this session.
Audience participation.
So I just did a roll Connor, your sending slate begins to ring.
Okay.
It's from a blocked number, or from a number that doesn't show the caller. There's no caller ID.
You know what? Lunu reflexively answers, "Hello."
You hear the Inquisitor's voice on the other side. Did you guys talk about the rules?
Hangs up.
Cinna, your sending slate begins to ring.
Like, how long has it been in game though? It's only been like an hour.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you were in game. It's been about an hour. But if you remember, he was very cryptic, saying that if this fight didn't happen very soon, things on the ground were going to change. So you can just be like, we challenged him and it didn't work out, and stuff will begin to start happening, regardless of what you do. But you'll have to let.
I thought we figured out the rules last time we played.
Sure didn't. We sure
See,
did not.
I want a cage match with chairs and ladders.
Well, so your sending slate is ringing.
All right, I'll figure it out.
Wait. Say no magic.
What?
Say no magic?
No magic. It's the only way it's gonna be fair. And he has magic flight.
Oh, true. Wait. That would actually help us significantly. Plus, I do melee damage anyway, technically with my weapon.
No. Fisticuffs.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
All right, I'll answer.
Literally everything I have is linked to my weapon.
No. We send Cinna in. Give Cinna this.
Yeah.
I'll go punching. I'll go crazy.
Please.
I have
because it would be cool.
6 implements to go crazy with.
We're just gonna not let the rest of the. We're just gonna not. We're just gonna give up our biggest advantage, which is getting to fight him all at once, for no reason.
I will beat his ass.
In a fist fight?
Are we sure he doesn't have a melee spec he can just go into? I don't think we're sure about that.
Look. I think...
If we say natural weapons only.
Can you not count his chaos bullshit as natural? Because he pulls out his sword from his butt?
We're gonna say that does not count. Or something. Yeah, no, we're gonna say that doesn't count. No magic. We can actually enforce this too.
But then I can't rage.
Do we need to not have weapons?
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
What? No, seriously, could we not just say no magic and allow weapons? What is the problem with this? We could still be fine, and then I should be able to do anything in this fight.
Because I wouldn't be able to do shit. If we... Yeah.
We have your knife. You can do damage with that.
Fuck you.
It's a magic knife.
Yeah. You have a magic gun.
He doesn't know it.
Yeah, we all know it. Anyway, we have to play it fair.
We're gonna put our faith into a fisticuffs battle and just hope it works.
Do you have any better ideas?
In this exact moment, at this exact time, in this time of day.
Because we have 30 seconds to respond, or he's going to commit an act of terrorism.
I'm for it. Come on. We'll do it. It'd be really funny.
Yeah, let's do it.
We
Battle
set the
Royale.
rules. No spell-like abilities, no spells, no magic. Fisticuffs. We handle it like humanoids.
With weapons.
Okay. backup, if he wants weapons, just say no magic and allow weapons if he wants to use his sword instead.
I was gonna say we said duel.
I know. I'm just saying we might want to have a couple extra backup variations of this rule set in case he doesn't like one but might like another. You know, so let's be willing to throw out a couple variations potentially.
Okay.
So let's make sure to try to fight him all at once first and see if he'll just let us do that. If it's with fisticuffs, I agree we can probably take him if we are all fighting him at once. Here.
I think he is a full-on caster here.
He was hitting me with a sword before, so
he was hitting us with a magic. He was a hexblade. I can tell you right. I have a feeling that they were a fucking hexblade.
Or some sort of gish.
Some sort of gish bullshit. I'm talking unarmed strikes.
So yeah, we can try that first. Again, try not to give up our ability to all fight him at once. Like, have that be a last resort if it's required.
Yeah, I think it should be our second option.
No, it should be our last resort to do it one-on-one. As in, like, try to hold on to that as long as we can. We can't.
No, I'm going with one-on-one.
He's never going to agree for 4-on-1.
The answer is always no until you ask, and there's no reason to just give in.
Alright, Blair's not talking to him. Cinna, you talk to him.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm picking up the phone.
For it first, and then if you need to change it, then change it to one-on-one. I'm just saying, don't give out yet. Try to hold on to it as long as we can.
It's the first one.
What? There's no reason to not try, because he can just come back with a different offer, and then we do that. Or it says, no, I don't want it to be this, I want it to be one-on-one. So let's see what he says. Literally just offer first, and then see what he says. We're trying to save the world here, guys. This is not about pride. This is about seeing what he will do. So let's see what he'll do.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to save the fucking world.
It doesn't matter what order it's in. Doesn't matter fucking...
He's never going to agree again on a 4-on-1 for a duel.
He
says.
In character, Luna's like, alright, I'm going to challenge you to a fight with my friends Cinna and George. It's the three of us versus you.
What I'm gonna say is I want a cage match. What I'm gonna say is I want a cage match. No magic. You're in the ring, and we're gonna go down.
No
we're gonna
spell-like abilities.
Mm-hmm. Because like I feel like this man is good. If we say just like a one-on-one fist fight or something like that, he's gonna try and get a champion who's like 3'8", like a whole bunch taller than me. I'll still win, but like I feel like he's gonna try some loophole shit.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by that?
He's gonna try and get a champion. He's gonna get someone else to fight for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have him fight you.
He has to be in the ring.
Is if you, right? Like, so this is what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying try to see if we can do all of us. Also, because out of character. I want to be very clear.
I'm not gonna mention all of us. I'm just gonna say you have to be in the ring. And if he says like, "Oh, how many people are you bringing?" then we can talk about that.
Yes, and out of the character, I'll also be, from a story perspective, first of all, it makes far more sense for us to try to see if you actually would fight us all at once, even if it's unlikely. I mean, again, the answer is always no until you ask. So might as well shoot our shot with that. But also, more importantly, it's kind of lame if like we just don't get the rest don't get the. It's kind of really anticlimactic.
If we challenged him to a 1-on-1, Cinna versus him in a fist fight, he's gonna break sooner or later and break the rules,
I don't doubt
and
that,
then we come in.
I mean, potentially.
And then we come in, like we're fucking coming in from the crowd with the fucking assists to finish the job.
Oh my god, and it's Luna with the money in the bank briefcase.
I mean,
he's gonna get the title.
If he wants to do a 1-on-1 and he's like dead set on it, then yes, I get it. Yes, it's true. But let's see what he says if we do it. I think there's no.
Yeah, and he probably won't agree to no magic.
So let's see what he says. Let's see what he says to the different various terms, and then we can alter them as we go. We can huddle up, figure it out really quick, and figure something out. We have to
Alright,
do something.
yeah.
I
Alright,
say
let's
we
send a
really
talk.
don't know-
Let's
Alright.
send a talk.
Yeah,
Alright.
give it a shot. See if he'll agree to fighting multiples of us, or what the actual like or magic status will be, and then we'll go down from there. We'll negotiate and make it more to his liking as we go along and see if it's something we can actually.
All right. Yeah. So I'll pick up the phone.
Says, oh, I just called one of your friends. It seems like we disconnected, so I went down the list. You're next. This is the Inquisitor. Oh, I'm sorry. I go by the Pope now. You guys can still call me the Inquisitor. It gets in my head, you know.
We won't.
Anyway, I agreed to a fight, and we needed to talk terms. It's been like an hour. I don't know if you guys talked it out. You got any terms for me?
All right. I'm gonna tell you what I want. All right.
Okay,
So,
I'm listening.
I want us to do this the Centaur way. I want us to fight in a cage match. I want no magic. You have to be in the ring, and we're going fisticuffs.
He says, all right, yeah, that sounds good. Let me see here. Unfortunately, I'm not trained I'll need to do some training in order to get up to where I need to be. I need about a week.
Okay, a week's fine.
No,
roll
3
me-
days,
roll-
3 days, 3 days.
3 days.
Roll me an insight check.
No,
Insight?
give him a day. He has 24 hours.
Okay.
Whoa, hold on, before you roll the inside check first. See what he says.
Okay, hold on. 13.
I should have cast guidance on you.
I'm gonna
Are they
roll
on
insight
speakerphone?
as well.
One-sided, and he seemed earlier to have been talking about some of the other like how things were going to be happening so fast. Him agreeing to the week is him denying the terms.
Hmm.
He just didn't outright deny the term. But you definitely, it's fairly obvious. He thinks that if we schedule it for a week, it won't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so that gives us some information, though. Why a week? I feel like we can do this a lot sooner. Like, I saw you with your skills. You were, like, out here. I'll let you use
He
your
says,
sword.
well, if we switch the rules around a little bit, I might, I wouldn't need to train for it, so I'd be able to do something quicker. Do you have any other rules that we can do instead?
So you could just try. You could just try seeing if he'll agree to the no magic rule.
Alright. So, I'll say, okay, we can use your weapons. I know you have your nice little sword there, but no magic.
He says, well, that's a problem. I use magic to summon the sword.
Called it.
I mean, you guys saw him pull the sword out of thin air.
This is true. He
Oh, I
does
thought that just, like, came
unironically
out of you
use
from
it to summon
somewhere.
us.
He says, well, yes, it did. It's magic.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I guess you can use it to summon. You get caveat like you can use it to summon your
And he says,
beginning.
and also, if there were rules for no magic, then most of you wouldn't even be eligible to join anyway. You're magic innately.
Doesn't mean I have to use it.
He says, just you all breathing is you using magic.
Wait, really?
No.
I mean,
No, that's
technically you, George, but
Yeah.
I would call it magic
we've got
stubborn willpower.
Two of you are fey creatures, and one of you is a skeleton.
I feel like
Wait, am
I
the
could exist in
only
an
one that's
anti-magic
not
field.
magic?
You can exist in an anti-magic field.
So like me breathing is not me just like
Yeah.
utilizing magic.
But he's making the argument that magic flows so much into your blood and explains why your physical capabilities are where they are, that even if you're not directly using magic at the time. At least that's his argument. You don't have to agree with it.
You could just say spells.
I mean, we could like put up an anti-magic field, make so like no spells can be cast, and no magic can be used.
So, okay, maybe out of character, maybe it's like you can cast your spells to prepare yourself before you go into the ring. No, obviously no slinging spells at the other party.
Then he's gonna make like 7 simulacra, and he's gonna just like come in there.
Oh no. Oh no! Is he a wizard?
I don't know what he is. I'm not paying attention to that.
My
All I know
guess
is he's got
is
magic.
Hexape Blur. Hexape. Out of character, my guess, Hexblade Warlock, but.
No, I know what this is. No, he.
I feel like
he is a
the cage match is like the best option, because then he can't fly away and do his like little like area of effect bullshit, because it will affect him too.
So the question becomes, here's the thing. We need to get, if he doesn't want to, I think the no spells in the ring, but then it's like, okay, if he has like 7, I think he is a wizard, by the way. I'm almost positive he's a wizard. I don't think he's a warlock. He has no wizard.
Or sorcerer. Don't count that out.
Well, yes. I think sorcerers can still get simulacrum somehow. I may be completely wrong. The simulacrum is genuinely a huge issue. Like, I think most other buffing spells is whatever, but if he,
I mean, you could just like buy a scroll and use it, no?
He technically could.
He probably has money. He's a pope now. He's working with Nakalita.
I don't know if like, I don't know if like, I don't know if you can buy a scroll of simulacrum, but. That being said, I don't know. This stuff. It's like, okay, we could just literally say you can use spells, summon your weapon, or it's magic to summon your weapons, and yeah. How about that? Just use magic to be able to summon your weapons. Then he can't use like.
Honestly, at this point,
Then I'd want to say magic weapons are allowed, but.
Allow magic weapons. Yeah. Yeah. Wielded magic weapons that are wielded in your hands. Non-vehicular magic weapons. That one can hold in their hand are allowed. Because I don't want him, like, imagine if he brought in those fucking trapezoids again. Or something. If that's powered by magic, you'd be like, oh, that's a magic weapon. But so yeah, just say it like that. Make it very obvious.
Okay. So, fine. We can allow magic weapons, but it has to be something that you're wielding in your hand.
And it's not a vehicle.
And it cannot cast any additional spells.
Yeah.
I'll be straight up here. I don't want to see one of those trapezoids again.
He says, "Oh, I don't own any of those trapezoids.
Do you own
Those
anything
are
similar? Do you own a
viscosity's
cube?
playthings."
Sorry, what did you say, Tom?
Do you own a cube? Do you own a sphere?
Any other geometric shaped tank?
He says, my artistic vision for how I'd want those things is different than viscosities. I like to imagine I'm a little bit more creative," he said.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No
No vehicles in the ring, though.
I forgot that.
He says, very well. So you don't want me casting spells besides what I need to arm myself? Am I allowed to put on my magic armor? I do that with a spell too.
I think that's fine.
What is the exact spell you use for that?
Like mage armor.
And he says, "Well, I'm not going to reveal anything, but I think most people would be able to deduce the general defensive spells."
Hmm.
I'm fine with letting that happen. Because, like, y'all are using magic armor too or something, right?
If we're allowed to, if I'm allowed to like cast shield and shit as well, like I don't mind that.
I don't know about shield.
I think once we get into the ring, we cannot cast any additional magic.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm okay with this.
Hmm. Fair.
So he says, "That's fine. Is it going to be one-on-one fights or all of you at once?"
Well, let's see if we'll agree to all of the ones. Otherwise, there's no reason not to shoot our shot.
I don't understand why he would ever agree to that.
We did make the argument that if we were going to follow him, we wanted to actually get a chance to get to know him the best way that we all know how, and that's through a brawl. That's through a fight. And so it would not make sense if loyalty in this fight all of us to prove himself to each of us.
Yeah. I don't know how to phrase it though.
I mean, I could just phrase it exactly like that, like what I just said, and then see what he says. And if he agrees to it, he agrees to it. If he doesn't, well, we'll alter it until he does.
All right. Okay. So it's like, I'll say the same thing. Sure. I forgot what you said. Honestly.
You say you wanted all of you versus the one of him.
I'll be like, hey, if you're scared to do against all of us, then like, we can change the terms a little bit. But how do you feel?
He says, "Well, I think the fight should be fair, you know. You're going to show up with a large group of people. I think I should be allowed to show up with a large group of people too."
So out of character, here we go, guys. I was kind of expecting potentially something.
I
like
was
this.
expecting this. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you guys?
Like in character, this is
Does he even
what
have
this would be. In character, this would be what Cinna would agree to, because like gang stopping him would just leave a bad taste in her mouth. But like if you agree to the terms, then it's like fine. But like it would still leave a bad taste.
And that's totally fair, honestly. For me, out of character, I'm completely fine if we want to do a team deathmatch. Because we've done it before, and I think we can do it. I honestly think we can win. Like, I don't think we needed from the beginning. I didn't think we needed to necessarily all have to gang up on him to defeat him. If we want a team deathmatch, the thing is that it also limits him because as the lead, just be throwing around. Well, he can't throw around fireball. Okay, if it's a melee battle, then we're fine, aren't we? I mean, like,
I mean,
we can out-melee the
from the rules he is described right now, me polymorphing into a big monkey and the defensive wards that I can cast are perfectly fine.
They're fair game before you get into the
before you get into the ring.
Yeah. And if we didn't have to worry about him throwing around, because let's think back to our original fight with him in the ring.
issue was he was flying around and casting fireball.
Yeah, that was the super dangerous thing because it got all of us into like crisis. We were all super low health, barely surviving. Some of us were getting picked off. That's what was really, really, really dangerous. Whereas like us, we were fine just going toe to toe and like, focusing down people systematically, and with mostly melee based stuff. Again, like the main spellcaster in the group is like B, for example. I guess George.
That's cute. That's cute that you think you're the
You were
main
not the main
spellcaster of the group.
spellcaster. Real
Yeah,
talk.
shut the fuck up. The druid
I
is
guess
talking.
I know what I'm saying. Lunu does cast.
Clown.
Well, he casts more offensive spells than I do. I need to put that out there. Utility-wise, that I might have a better argument there, but like.
What
No,
the fuck are you
I
talking
mean,
about?
also utility.
What
Yeah,
the fuck?
no, you also suck utility. You mostly focus on combat because that's all you do.
Do you know how many guidances I cast on a daily basis?
Yeah, no.
Do you know how many?
You can do the same thing.
I could do the same thing. I have Find
Oh,
Familiar, who has scouted for us so many times.
Okay,
Fucking Speak with Animals. Fucking,
trying to
Pass Without Trace. Don't get me started on Pass Without Trace.
yeah, you
If
know
we're
what,
talking about real utility, it's probably Basil.
Basil's utility has also been really good.
Yeah.
But he's also just been our guy who just do everything. Cause he's the only one with an axe. But that being said, back to what we were going for. For this, right? I personally think I don't think we actually needed to gang up on him, but I never thought that was like necessary. It would have been advantageous, heavily, yes. However, I think like even if we have to fight a team deathmatch in melee, the main thing if he brings like 5 fucking crazy Goliaths with him, and just add some like absolutely crazy, but like which he would have access to. Sure, he doesn't have like actual friends, but you'd think he'd be able to just hire some big guys on a short notice, most likely. So that's like the only thing I see that could be an issue is if you bring some like horrific, like monstrosity like cakes.
I'll say shorter than 8 feet.
So what?
I'll say shorter than 8 feet.
Shorter than what? I'm so sorry.
8 feet. 8 feet tall.
Shorter than 8 feet. How tall are you, Cinna?
Like,
They're
what did I put in there?
with horns.
Without the horns, like 6'9".
Out of character, if you put in the rule that you have to be shorter than 8 feet, Gorilla Lunu would not be allowed.
Someone can
Okay.
cast Reduce Person on me.
How tall is Gorilla Lunu?
Even with the reduced person, you'd still be too tall. 'cause
Yeah,
you'd still be a
I
large
would not
creature.
do it because
No.
then I couldn't do shit.
Well, no, my question is, how tall is Gorilla Lunu? Why don't you set to whatever, how tall
Granilla Lunu
So,
is
like,
at
I
least
can say-
a minimum of 6 feet, 16 feet.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So I can say shorter than 8 feet at weigh-in.
At what?
At weigh-in? Like when you get to the arena?
That's so
Yeah, so you're saying before buffs.
Yeah.
So you're tacitly allowing buff spells such as Enlarge Person and Polymorph.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't care about that.
You know what? That's fair because, like, honestly, it's probably fine. Wait, couldn't I also? Would that not allow me to just take off Basil's collar and let him fuck people over in dragon form? Is that possible?
It would.
So you could go and get the collar taken off before the fight, but not with the 8-foot rule, because the collar takes a while to take off. So he wouldn't be able to weigh in and then take it off.
I was hoping I could just have like the science directorate person there who actually has like one of the special keys just be able to do it in like a minute or two.
It's like it's a large machine. It'd be hard to set up.
Damn, how tall is Basil when he's in dragon form?
He's probably taller now.
You saw him in the dream sequence. He was a large creature when you saw him originally, and he probably is larger than that now.
Because he's eaten so much, we fed him so much. He's grown so much larger just from getting more food. Oh no, he's like a goldfish.
Size
Okay.
creature,
This is,
actually.
yeah, we could. Well, that's fine. He can just fight in wizard form, I suppose. I mean, like. If he can't.
Or you can say that bringing large monstrosities is fine, and then you can bring your own.
No, then he's gonna go crazy.
The problem is that he has so much access to so many better large monstrosities than we do. We have like a gorilla and a dragon. He probably will bring in like Eldritch William and just shit on us. Shit with like crazy like horrible simic hybrid monstrosities, and I don't want to let him use that. That's
I think.
Out of curiosity, those horrible aquatic scorpion motherfuckers on Miles' ship, from all the way back in our first like major dungeon crawl. How tall were those guys?
Like 6 feet.
Oh, okay.
But if we're talking about tall, they didn't stand very tall. There were some that were longer. But that's length, not height.
It's a length thing, not height.
You said nothing taller than 8 feet. That's nothing about length.
This
Yeah.
is horrible. This is the worst. Okay, wait.
See, I honestly thought that Basil was a flat fuck.
Honestly,
Right.
I think fighting big heavy guys, especially if I go monkey mode.
Wait, what if he summons the Gangle Boys?
What do you
The
mean?
Gangle Boys. Oh
The
shit.
Gangle Boys.
Well, I'm trying to remember what the
Don't
Gangle.
you remember the Gangle Boys? There's gosh darn Gangle Boys.
No, the Gangle Boys.
It's that dumb thing you made up for months of the week, Connor.
Oh yeah.
Do they have the Gangle bus?
Oh yeah. The fucking. No. So here's what I'm thinking. I think we should scrap the rule about the height, because let's be real, we all have to fit into an arena. And he knows this. We know this.
Does he know this?
How about this? We limit it to one person huge category. He can only bring one huge guy. That way I can fight a huge guy.
Oh, limit to one huge. Wait, then Basil could just be a dragon, right? Because he's only
Yeah.
a large creature. He's
Yeah.
huge.
Exactly.
He's a drake. He's not a full-on dragon.
Only one huge guy. Only one big guy.
Oh.
Only one
No,
really big guy.
Basil's a dragon. He's got wings.
Oh, I forgot. This is my brain is like wild pilled right now. I'm thinking of like their thing where it goes from like whelp drake to dragon. I'm dumb, but yeah, in this sense, that's not a thing in D&D. I'm so sorry. But yeah, no, he's just dragon still. He's only a large dragon. He's not like a full-grown adult dragon. Right?
Yeah.
So he's
I still want there to be a roof on this thing.
a what?
A roof.
It's also how high up the roof do you want it
I
to be?
also want to
Yeah.
let you guys know that technically a buff of his would be his magic flight.
Yeah. I know that. Right.
That's why.
So that's why I've been like hammering like a cage match for this one, so that he can't get super far away like he was doing last time. Because like he
How
got
high
up like
up?
100 feet in the air.
Well, yes, but how high up are we gonna make the thing? It needs to be high enough for Lunu. So he'd still probably be at a melee, you know?
If anything, I can reach 30 feet.
I mean, I can reach him with my harpoon gun. So like,
I can reach him with my anchor at 30 feet away.
Oh,
I
then
can
never
go
mind.
smack him.
So just make the ceiling 30 feet.
Yeah.
So let's add that rule in now, and say only one huge guy per team. And that's not huge at weigh-in, that is huge going into the ring. Very specific. We can't let him use the weigh-in rule against us. Or what we do.
Okay. So yeah, we can make this even. 5v5. You can have one huge guy.
Is it 5 or 6? Sorry, it was 5, right, with Basil?
I think it's 5v5.
Yeah, okay.
He says,
I would love to hear what Tom said.
no, sorry. He, he says that's fine. He says, I don't know if I'm gonna bring a really tall guy. How high up to the ceiling, like, how big is the arena that you guys want to set up?
I'm
30 feet.
thinking 30 feet tall.
Would 30 feet not be enough?
I think 30 feet's enough.
30 feet's enough.
It gives people space, not off the ground. If one person has a slight bullshit.
So yeah. Cage match arena. The ceiling's 30 feet up.
And, he says, well, is the cage 30 feet up or is the ceiling 30 feet up?
Both?
The top of the cage is 30 feet above the platform.
Oh, but so then the ceiling itself that could be any height?
Yeah, but the only valid area is within the cage.
He says, what's the penalty for leaving the cage?
Everyone loses.
Okay, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Do not say that. Do not say that.
I think it should.
No. What that means is that all he has to do is get one of us to get yeeted out of the cage, and we instantly lose the match. It
Okay.
should be that person, if one leaves
That person's
that
disqualified and
player
can't come back into the cage. Yeah.
yeah,
One person leaves the cage, they get 10 years mine prison.
Okay, no, no.
That's very funny. I like that.
And can no longer do anything to affect the battle. They cannot cast it, do any actions that affect the battle. They be like brought to the they be brought to like the spectator stand on the side of the cage or whatever, like the penalty box or whatever.
Yeah.
He says, are we all going in at once or is it one-on-one fight?
I think we can all go in at once.
I think we just go all in at once.
Mm-hmm.
And you're allowed one round to prep with your buff spells, and then that's it.
Yeah, battle royale.
And then battle royale.
Well, team deathmatch, not battle royale.
Yeah,
Battle
team deathmatch.
He says,
you're right.
so you're allowed one spell right when you get in the ring?
No, okay, wait.
Before you get in the ring.
Okay, so guys,
All right.
one more thing.
Well,
If
we'll
you-
just state it as you're allowed to put your spells on before you get into the ring.
Don't limit it to one because that means you can't cast your defensive wards and you have a monkey, and that means I also cannot do all of my buffs that I want. Just let people cast their buffs before we go in, and then we just go in.
Does that sound fair?
In before he gets like 5 fucking support mages to give him every single buff in the game. But you know, if he does that, honestly,
More
I think
power
he
to
still
him.
loses eventually. Because his other guys will be kind of just like buff bitches, do nothing else.
I mean, he could find a whole bunch of buffle puffs.
Yeah. Just like, yeah, I'm not. That would be a very humorous way to just abuse the fuck out of the rules. But yeah.
He says, what about things like summons and familiars?
Not allowed.
Do we use familiars?
I do.
Do any of us do?
I do.
Oh, well, no, for combat.
You could.
No, but do you? You don't. He's
No. Honestly, the fact that I don't have my familiar cast the help action more to give advantage is an issue on my part. But if we can make sure he doesn't do that, then yes.
If he just summons an eldritch god to kill us all, I think we could just say like no familiars are summoned. Call it a day.
Yeah.
He says, is there gonna be anything else inside of the cage?
I mean, we gotta throw some lava in there.
Some lava?
I mean, if it's a climactic battle, it's gotta have some lava.
Blair's just looking at you dumbfounded, like what?
If we could, like, afford lava, would that be okay, or is that too much?
That's what you're insane! Blair is like, you can never tell me my idea is stupid ever again, Lunu.
I'm joking, Jesus Christ.
I don't
Who is a character? Who is a person in this campaign? Who's canon? Jesus does exist, and it would. Anyway, I just want you to know that, Steven. That you can find Jesus in Oid.
Fantastic. Incredible. I'm so happy. Anyways, besides that, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, no familiars. Anything else? Do we want steel chairs?
Nah, I think
He asked, what do you want inside of the cage?
I want chairs.
You want chairs? Okay, we'll have like some steel chairs. Maybe. Maybe a squirrel. I don't know.
Fucking squirrel?
I don't know, man. Watch me cast a animal before we get into the raid.
That we want in the cage. Very important. Very, very, very important thing we need in the cage.
One rabbit squirrel.
We need a floor in the cage.
Yeah.
Yep. Floor. Solid rock. Nobody going under. Actually, if we could make it solid metal, that would be cool.
Heat metal affects everybody.
How about like a layer of rock and then a layer of metal so no one's phasing through the floor?
He says, is that it? Anything else is fine?
Wait, anything else what?
Is anything
Yeah,
else?
he's like, that's all you guys want inside the cage.
Is there something we're missing here? Why do I feel like
He says, no.
Oh, no flying. No flying. No flying.
That should already be taken care of, I think.
Yeah, he says, oh, I think flying's okay as long as, because we're going to be limited to 30 feet, he says.
I'm agreeing to that, personally.
The issue, what if he brings 5 winged, or I guess 4 other winged guys who just swoop down and attack?
I can jump and smack him out the air.
I guess we all have a way of hitting them, because George can just shoot them, I can shoot them, you can smack them.
Yeah.
You can just punch them and you can reach them easily by just jumping up.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't actually matter if he's flying, guys. I don't, again, he can't cast spells like Fireball at us, so that's a massive problem taken care of. So he can't just literally like Lamau and eat fireballs at us for like 10 years.
I mean, he could, but,
You have to walk into the arena, by the way.
You have to what?
Walk into the arena.
Oh, true. You have to start on the ground.
Yeah.
Or crawl. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't discriminate. You can crawl.
Yeah, it has to be ground-based movement. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, you start off on the ground when you first enter.
He says, yeah, these are really good terms.
Oh,
If you guys want to roll me an insight check.
this is awful. We're doomed.
Mm-hmm.
All of us?
Yep.
Alright, here goes George.
14.
I'm guidancing myself.
Alright. I have my wheel of woe. Let's fucking go.
Whenever my thing opens.
I'm gonna roll a wheel. That's a
Oh shit!
Ooh.
25.
I credit.
Well,
So-
Basil.
George credit.
So you're all able to see through this. He rolled really low. He's I mean, also, like, he doesn't like lie per se. You can tell he's very excited with these rules, and you get the feeling that he's thought of a pretty major loophole that has not been covered, and that like you get the feeling that he thinks that the fight actually won't even go through on how big of a loophole this is that you guys will have to pull out.
What? Okay, what are we missing? What the fuck are we missing, guys? Huddle up, out of character. What the fuck are we missing here?
With the nat 20, am I able to determine what that loophole is?
You're able to determine that the conversation about what was included inside of the cage is when he started acting a little bit giddy.
Is it?
We
the
said,
fact
like,
that we
only
don't
the chairs,
have-
right?
Yeah.
And weapons. Don't forget weapons.
Well, yeah, like
Oh.
what you bring in, and then you were very specific about the floor.
Wait, why? Wait, wait, are we talking stupid shit about lava that fucking Connar mentioned?
No. I'm saying you've covered the floor, you've covered the chairs, but he's thought of something
Walls!
that he thinks is gonna be able to get everything out.
Is it the fact that we haven't mentioned walls?
I mentioned a
Okay.
cage.
Nope, it's a cage match that's been included.
What is it that we're missing? Is it because we included something, or because we didn't include something?
You're not sure.
Like, what are we missing here? Like, is it something really guys? Like, is it something really obvious? Like, or is it like? What else? What else is usually in a wrestling cage match ring?
Ropes.
I mean,
Metal.
Can I roll deception to see if I can
air?
figure out a loophole?
Air, like the stuff that we breathe,
Oh!
it has to be
I
filled
said
with-
oxygen.
Is it air related? Like,
You guys get there's you're underneath the assumption that either he was gonna fill like there could be oxygen, like there's oxygen in water. He could pump it full of gas or something else that he was basically gonna do something to the air.
Alright, before we end the call, it's like, oh yeah, one nice thing, it has to be filled with air. I want that to be in the
Breathable air.
Breathable air.
ring. Breathable air.
all things in the ring that would allow for people to fight normally, such as how we had in the previous one, so we don't die.
Like
Do we want to have the
As a fellow air breather, I think you can agree to this.
it needs to be a combination of oxygen and nitrogen and
other trace elements.
Yeah. He says, yeah, you want the normal composition of air.
Yes.
No. Let's just say this to begin with. No poisoning the fucking air around us. But also, the cage would have holes in it. It's not like it's just a fucking... Right? Isn't that just how a cage works? Or are we assuming it's just bullshit?
He says, yes, no, we will have normal air. He says.
Normal air,
Normal air.
no chemical weapons to...
He says this is Aethervathy. We do usually specify these things because many of the fights happen underwater.
Okay.
So you wanna be normal air, not underwater. He says.
Not underwater. Well, I mean, if it were just Blair would be fun underwater. But that's besides the point. That's not what I'm saying.
So would George. It would turn into
George,
the least good
and
thing for
Basil.
Cinna.
Actually, it's just Cinna.
I have like an air bubble, I think.
Oh,
I
did you
bought
get
one.
that? I think you did.
I thought I bought one.
I think
Yeah,
didn't you buy like an amulet of water breathing or something?
I mean,
I
I could
bought,
turn
like-
into a big crab, but
I
would
bought like a
rather
bubble
be
cap or
big
something like
monkey.
that. Yeah.
Maybe.
Big monkey.
But he says no. I'm cool with normal air. You get the feeling like he was gonna like fill it with like poisonous sludge or something.
Yeah.
Does he still seem giddy after we close that loophole?
Nah, he seems like he's back to normal.
Ugh. Whew. I can't believe it was something that...
You guys,
first off-
I'll tell you what was gonna happen. You were gonna show up. He was gonna have flooded the entire ring, and it was gonna be filled with poison. And then him and all of his people were gonna have like equipment to deal with it.
Yeah, like gas mask shit.
Basil would
can
be
we
fine.
Specify a rule that you're not allowed to do anything to... The spells you cast before you enter the ring cannot affect any space inside the ring or the ring itself. Or the cage, I guess.
Yeah. That would
You can
be.
only buff
Specify that
yourself.
now.
He says so. It has to be things that you bring in from outside the ring. He says, like, let's were to say I were to cast a light spell, like the light cantrip. That sheds light, which would affect the ring. Is that allowed?
If you cast light on an object that you bring into the ring, that's fine. I think.
Wait, are you sure about this?
I feel like he's gonna use this to bring a bomb into the ring, and I'm honestly fine with that.
You're fine with it bringing
You
a
probably
bomb?
are underneath the assumption that there are a lot of spells that have area of effects.
Yeah.
That he's saying that as long as they were casted before he got into the ring, and whatever the area of effect, if he brought it with him, would that be okay?
Well, no,
You
no,
can
no, here's the
cast
problem.
glyph,
That's exactly what I was trying
and you
to
can cast
avoid.
any spell you want on an object.
Why are we allowing him to do that? That's my question, because...
We cannot, but like I think this would be funny.
We get no benefit from this. Listen to this, okay? The thing I was trying to prevent is not allow someone to cast, like, the floor is lava. If there was, like, a spell that's like, the floor is lava, and cast it on our side of the ring, so we have to step in the fucking
It must be a spell that only affects yourself.
It can't be something...
Yourself or an
it's
ally.
tough for your allies. It can't be something that is putting... You can't use a spell that will affect the ring itself or any space inside of the ring when you're casting that spell outside of it. When you're casting your spells that you're using to buff. It cannot be... So you can't put down some AoE inside the ring from outside the ring or any of that stuff. Because otherwise he's just going to literally cast like a bunch of fucking toxic mist spells on our side of the field. We instantly die the second we go in. And so it's like, fuck that shit. So no. Again, it's the whole point is they're supposed to be like buff spells and shit for yourself. Not like, you know, spells that you cast that will hurt someone the second they enter. Or hurt someone after the fact. Like using a delayed bomb spell if such a thing exists, or some crazy shit.
I mean, those do exist, unfortunately.
I do think that spell is really funny though. But yeah, no, it has to be a spell that only affects you or your
You would
allies.
say
when you
things
cast the spell.
like glyphs and scrolls would count as casting a spell.
Inside the ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. None of that. None of that. And we're
You don't
not
want him
allowing-
casting
and
doing
we're-
glyphs outside of the ring either, because like that's gonna like you can just like bring it in.
we were saying we were not allowing magic items to cast spells within the ring, right? We said no to that already. I think we did.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, so that would count. Glyphs are glyphs literally not magic items. Like they're an
Depends
item
on what you think. Yeah.
Like literally, you cannot use any items to cast spells inside the ring. Like no casting spells inside the ring. Period. Like at all. So
Yes.
and thus no glyphs. Or scrolls.
I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I can't find the spell I was thinking about anymore. All I have is this one.
he says. Oh, what's this?
I can't find the spell I was thinking about anymore. There was like another one that did like a similar thing.
The delayed bomb.
Mm. Oh, it might be
Warning.
because 5e Tools has switched a lot of their stuff around with the new books.
Mm.
Even if you unclick the Player's Handbook 2022, you need to make sure that sometimes it blocks all things that are reprinted. And if that's the case, then anything that was in the original stuff that they reprinted won't show up, even if you only have the 2014 rules selected.
Oh, okay.
It took me a long time to figure that out because I was like, "Where is everything?" And then I was like, "Oh, it's getting rid of the reprinted." So it could be that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. Is there? I guess. Is there any indication that he is, like
Chortling and cackling to himself.
something?
No, you get the feeling that he's currently thinking that the deal is a fair deal. He and you get the feeling like he's not going to deny this deal currently. Like it'd be like one thing if like you were really heavily one side, he'd just be like, "Oh, I'm not going to do it." He says, "What are the rules about having an audience?"
I'm not sure if I want him in the public light whatsoever, or us in the public light if we lose. Because that could always
The
happen.
other thing is, the other thing is he could also bring a witness as well. Like,
Well, here, I mean, the benefit of an audience, right? The benefit of an audience is that if we just fucking destroy him, then he's fucked because he's gonna lose a lot of faith, and people are gonna read it, right? The problem is if he like thrashes us, which is really bad.
Yeah, I think giving him an audience is the worst thing we could do.
Oh no! I just thought of something too when you just said that, Connor. If we give him an audience and he like has us, even if he doesn't win necessarily or doesn't finish winning, if he is like on the verge of winning or has us on the ropes at any point, or if it's like a really close match, what's to say that we'll not provide him the last bit of like faith power he needs to ascend to a god in the middle of the match?
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm worried about.
I think we should call forth a witness. But only one.
Only one? Are we sure? We don't just have like.
I mean, it would be a nice thing to do for our reporter friend.
I mean, we could go Mormon, 3 witnesses.
3 witnesses. Damn. Yeah, I gotta give it to the Inquisitor. He's got some Joseph Smith energy to him.
Oh!
He's got what?
Joseph Smith energy to him.
That's what I was saying.
You know who Joseph Smith is?
Of course I know who Joseph Smith is.
It took a while for you to answer that.
Oh no, I was just sorry. My mic just cut out.
Okay.
Definitely.
Definitely know who
Yes.
Joseph Smith is.
Oh,
So you-
it's this guy. Okay, now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I always knew who you were talking about, obviously. The guy.
What?
Yeah, anyways.
Stephen's lack of knowledge aside.
He says, I would like, I'll agree to the 3 witnesses. But in addition to that, I would also like to have, and he says, just to clarify, it's 3 witnesses for each side, right?
Yes.
And he says, in addition to the 3 witnesses, I would like to have a medic on standby for each of us.
I mean,
I think that's fair.
yes, but they can only tend to people after they've been eliminated or disqualified.
Yeah, it's either you're out
He
of the
says yes.
ring or the match is over. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If once you're eliminated or you're disqualified from exiting the ring, yeah, then they can be. Or then no. The other question that we haven't addressed yet: is it going to be like previous not deathmatch? Well, it was a team deathmatch, but not really to death. Are we going to have it so that it has the magic bullshit technology where it just makes you die?
I refuse.
Yeah, he says I wasn't too interested in that.
Sorry, what?
He says I wasn't too interested in that.
In having that? Okay, well, okay.
He says it kind of takes the fun out of it.
We're actually gonna risk. Okay, we're gonna risk
Yeah.
dying.
We said team deathmatch. It's team deathmatch.
If we die, though,
If we die, we die.
I mean, if we lose
If one of y'all
this-
gets
if
knocked out,
if we lose
I
this,
will
we might
throw
as
you
well
out of
be
the
dead.
ring towards the medic right away. Right?
Oh, I guess we could just do that. We could yeet them, our friends, out of the ring.
But like, out of character, if he gets like knocked down in the ring, there's nothing to
Oh,
say
I-
that I won't just like stomp on his head.
Multiple times. Three times.
You deny Cinna 3 times.
Hmm.
The rooster crows.
The Crooster Road.
But here comes the rooster. Hey. And we
Oh, yeah.
all gonna die.
I think. Yeah, I think that's probably. Yeah, no, the mech is fine. The mech is fine with those caveats.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Hmm.
Wait a second. Couldn't he just have his? I mean, he technically just have his guy. He came out to the ring. He died. Yeah, whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Also, we're in a
I
cage.
mean, he could
How
just
would
like have a whole bunch of dudes with revivify spam.
Who now? What? Sorry.
Revivify spam.
Oh. Yeah.
Alright, I think we have terms.
Of engagement.
Yep.
Yep.
Really?
He says, what do I get if I win? Or is it just a blood feud? I'm good for either.
I thought we didn't we specify. I mean,
I think this is just a blood feud. I'm gonna be with
no.
you.
I mean, it wasn't. Did we? I mean, we said last time. If he wants to conveniently forget what we said last time and agree to other terms, that's one thing. But I mean, out of character, did he not?
I mean,
Last was.
Yeah, he wants to confirm the reward, which last time you guys talked about him like leaving, but it sounds like you guys just are planning on just trying to kill him and not even letting him leave.
So, should
I'll
we-
let him leave, but like he has to get out of the ring.
But like, here's the problem: is that he said he was gonna leave anyways. Once he achieved his shit, and if he leaves Aetherwrathi a lifeless husk, that's a problem. So the question is, he needs to be like immediately ejected from the.
Yeah, because he says that if he wins, he wants you guys to leave him alone while he finishes the job that he has to do.
Oh, he doesn't even want us to. Him, like,
No, he's basically said that he's gotten everything he needs. He's just set up and ready to go, and he just doesn't want you to interfere with him.
Motherfucker's literally like, I'll give you $20 to fuck off.
Yep.
he's unironically like that right now.
Alright.
I was gonna say if he wins, he can have my body, but I don't care about that shit.
If
I
he
don't-
wins,
I don't think he wants that shit.
if
Yeah, he doesn't
wins,
want that.
Blair has to become.
Wait, also, which body? The human part or the horse part?
Doesn't matter to me.
He gets to choose.
He says, how soon can you all be ready?
Do want to say? He said like a week would be
too
too
long.
late.
Yeah.
That was for just the fist fight.
Yeah.
That was also really kind of like not to his advantage at all. So that was more of
I
him
know.
rejecting it.
I know.
Yeah,
this
but he was saying that like
is-
within a week something's gonna happen. Is what I took that as.
Yep.
I think, and I know this is gonna sound weird and backwards. The more time we give him,
You're right. No, you're correct. The more time we give him, the harder it's gonna be.
so I think it should be as soon as possible. I think at least tomorrow. Like in game.
Yeah, I was gonna say tomorrow or like 2 days.
2 days might be too long. See if he'll agree to tomorrow first. Because we have all our shit.
Yeah.
And we'll be leveled up next time for sure.
Yeah.
So you say the next day? Do you say morning, afternoon, evening?
I say
think
tomorrow evening.
tomorrow evening.
Wait, evening? Evening. Why not morning?
Yeah, I think you're. You know what?
Don't give him evening.
I want
I'm not giving
Hi-
him
like
that.
I want some prep time.
High noon.
High noon.
High noon. Where is this gonna be?
And we can't get much higher than high noon.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we can't. It's impossible. It's the highest position the sun can be in the sky.
It would
'Cause, like we
only
need the
be
time to get
fitting-
the arena as well, right?
Yeah.
He says I can provide the arena.
No, you won't.
I'd rather you not.
We can provide it. I'm sure our contest get this whipped up real fast.
He says, well, shouldn't it be some sort of neutral party hosting this event?
Is there such a thing as a neutral party between us? Like, I'm just asking that unironically, like actually. who would we be considered a neutral party?
The long answer to that is no, but you may be able to get a party that would be willing to that he might agree to. Um, you it's just a matter of trying to figure it out. I mean, the first one that comes to my mind, but would probably be too hard logistically to do by the next high noon, um, is have the Boros company run it.
Yeah.
I don't want the Boros company anywhere near our country.
Well, no, that would be the thing is that you'd probably have to go there. And then the other thing is to maybe have an entertainment company in Krokman Source set it up.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got a Jacqueline favor, I think.
But then you'd have to teleport over there. So you'd have there'd be some setup you'd need to do for that. And then you'd be away from Aethervathy is the downside. Or you can come to some agreement that somebody provides the location, somebody provides the workers that set up the ring, somebody watches it. You can do the thing, and where it's like, oh, okay, we've got a slice of cake, we need to divide it up into pieces, so one person is gonna cut the cake and then the other person gets to choose the pieces. You can try and set something up like that.
Is there not a cage we could just...
With the specific floor requirements and the cage specifically that's going to be 30 feet up, it would need to be there wouldn't be one that perfectly matches this. You could say if you'd be willing to maybe just get into a pre-existing event that's as close to it as possible. I could do a percentile roll to see what you would find, but you'd basically be stuck with picking that one or calling it off if you thought that it was suspect.
Do we know anyone who could possibly that we or have? What about the one that's a neutral?
I mean, there's the arena in the capital.
Because the Pope I know could probably get one on, but then the question is, will you accept it? I mean, the cage is supposed to be. Again, the cage is not to be. It's just supposed to be a regular, standard, normal cage, and not have any other do it that aren't competitors.
I think to save Tom time, it should be in the arena where we first fought him.
But with the death field turned off, but that
with the death field turned off.
Don't forget, the ceiling was like 1 billion feet off the ground. Unless you're saying.
Also, we could just buy a cage or ask Charlemagne to buy a cage.
Couldn't Charlemagne find a cage on short notice and all of this? And allow, what if we allow their people to fully inspect the cage with our people there to make sure that it is literally just a fucking cage and not anything more or anything less? Like, I feel like the one person who could secure such a thing on short notice would probably be Charlemagne.
Or, oh my god, who's our drag queen friend?
Maybe? Trinity? I mean, maybe?
There's only 2 people I know who would have access to a weird death cage.
Is there a cage dancing night at per bar. And have they ever had group cage dancing sessions? Because if so, it is possible he might actually know a cage dealer, as ridiculous as that would be.
She's a neutral party.
She's pretty neutral, like,
I mean, not really neutral, but she's our. I would call her a friend.
an acquaintance. Someone we know who could get us the cage quickly.
I do honestly think we should fight in the original thing,
Like,
but
as
with
the
the cage,
as
yeah.
the location, right?
Yeah, as the location.
I'm fine with it being the location. I see no. If is the Inquisitor fine with that being the location?
He says, so, we'll use that location, and you'll provide the cage, but I'm allowed to inspect it beforehand.
With us there, like, or with our people there, also making sure nothing's happening, nothing done to the cage inside these beings. Like, both sides will be present for the process.
Yep.
He says, very well. I can think of no other terms. Is there anything else that you all wanted to add?
Chocolate fountain?
A chocolate fountain.
It's just an idea.
This is, and then Blair's like, you can never tell me one of my ideas is stupid ever again.
We have some
Well,
catering right
hold
outside.
up. Are you telling me that a chocolate fountain is a stupid idea?
In general, no. For a team deathmatch inside of a battle cage, a little.
I'm just saying,
We need
if
to-
we...
Meanwhile, wait, before anything. Meanwhile, Basil, immediately from behind me, is like, actually, Mom, I think you're stupid. That sounds like a fantastic idea for a team deathmatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I agree.
like...
We should have punch and cookies by the door.
Yeah, it's like, literally, we could all die. We could all die.
Fine.
And
Are you
I
fine
think
with
we
a
deserve
chocolate
one
fountain
thing
being
to live it
inside?
up with. And I think a chocolate fountain... You know,
Fine.
they're actually not that expensive. It's like a few hundred shiny.
Fine. Are you fine with a chocolate fountain being inside of the fucking death cage?
Well, not in the death cage. I'm saying outside.
Oh, outside of it. I thought you wanted it inside.
No, I'm not going to put a chocolate fountain where it could easily be destroyed and then we'd have to pay the deposit back on the chocolate fountain.
It's for guests, right?
It's for guests and if you're not in the combat at the time. It counts as catering. It's
Fair
guild
enough.
compliant.
Wait, hold on. If we can have chocolate, why can't we have cheese with that? A cheese fountain as well.
Chocolate.
fountain too. Blair's
Wait.
just sitting here like, oh my fucking god, we're gonna.
No, we're not doing it. We're not doing. George, it's too much.
Not even a cheese fountain. Alright, fine. We'll stick with the chocolate fountain.
He says, now that you mention it, I do actually have one more term I'd like to add.
God damn it! The fucking chocolate fountain to lead to our destruction.
He says, if you all decide to back out from the fight, you take no penalty. And if I decide to back out from the fight, I agree to leave Aetherrathy forever.
Immediately.
Yep.
I can agree to that.
Mm,
I'm rolling
It was
insight.
wonderful.
I'm rolling insight.
Yeah.
We will
real quick.
literally have a transport on site to instantly transport.
No offense, but you seem to be a guy who has plans within plans within plans within plans within plans.
If you back out of the fight, you suffer 10 years mine prison.
28.
28 years mine prison.
So obviously, there's you get the feeling that this is him giving you guys an out.
To lower our guard.
And it makes you think that the stuff that's going to be happening, you'll start to get some information about it pretty soon, probably before the fight. And he's basically letting you know that he's completely okay with doing this fight, and so he's putting that penalty on, but he wants you guys to be able to have the way to back off because he doesn't want to fight you. Mostly because you get the feeling, I mean, let me rephrase that. He wants to fight you. He thinks it's going to be a blast. He just he knows there's a chance that he's going to lose. That's why he's giving you guys the ability to back out, because again, he doesn't actually really want to fight you guys at this time.
Hey, I don't know what's scarier, a villain who's overconfident and knows they're gonna win and getting lost in the sauce of that, or a villain who knows that he could lose.
So I just want to say something. There's one more rule I want to impose, just in case.
One more thing.
I want to figure out a way to word this. It's that, like, if for some reason, we have, either side has, or maybe this could be confused. The issue is, what if shit goes down, and have to, between fighting, stopping, like, the world from ending, Joker, Batman, Darkman style, right? Like, where's Rachel? That kind of shit, right? Like, what if, right?
We find the whereabouts of Rachel.
No, it's not about that specific. I'm not saying, like, there would be, like, crazy, like...
If a force external to Aethervathy invades and causes, like, lasting damage, or...
I mean, more so, what if... Yeah, or what if some crazy shit starts happening and it's like, oh, you could fight me, and, you know, or you could save your friends, or you could save the country that's being attacked, or you could blah, blah. What if we made it so there was a caveat of, like, if we have to have some people leave before the fight starts, could we make it so that, like, the other side has to subtract, to choose members to subtract? But we could make it so that maybe, at a minimum, if the fight occurs, the people who have to fight would be the two, I guess, heads of their teams, the Inquisitor, and I guess for this case we could make it. So. Like,
I mean, it sounds like the Inquisitor doesn't give a shit about Aethervathy.
To say, like, substitutions are allowed, right? We can have, like, some dudes on standby.
Substitutions for the captains can't be allowed, right? So, like, you and the Inquisitor have to fight. But, but if, like, for example, I need to go and save someone or do something, but if I'm the one, like, can't do it, then they have to drop one of their members. They can choose whoever they want.
Okay.
So just in case we need to send some people to help save the world, the others could still fight him as planned, but then we're not at, like, a horrific disadvantage because he has, like, 3 extra guys than we would. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But then if there's, like, an Aethervathy level threat, Bubbles is here.
I mean,
we
we'll
have.
See, but at least it gives us an out, right? At least it gives
roll me an insight check.
Allow me. Give me 1 second. I'm going. I was totally not googling Joseph Smith. I have to remember.
You totally knew who that was.
I totally knew that was already, and I was not googling him whatsoever. I'm guiding this thing myself and casting insight. Are we all inciting right now?
No, just you.
Okay.
Right. And then I'm gonna cast my D. Is D3? D3.
Oh, guidance is a D4.
Oh, that's so much easier. Thank God. 18.
So you start to do this, and then the thought crosses your mind that if this is allowed, there's nothing stopping him from then turning it into a one-on fight with Cinna by having his 4 people drop out.
So I was thinking that too. Do we think that Cinna can't beat him in a 1v1?
With your insight, you know that he probably would do that.
That he
I think that's a bad idea, Steven. I'm gonna be
Cinna, because again, he's not very good at lying. So you're pretty sure, given the opportunity, he would take it. Maybe Cinna would win. You know he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and
not.
so it's hard to say.
But that also means he's not honest.
Yes. You get the feeling that he would agree to this deal immediately. And he would almost definitely take advantage of it to turn it into a one-on-one fight with Cinna.
Yeah, maybe it's probably too dangerous. Yeah, I was thinking of that, and I was like, well, you know.
And if he comes prepped for a one-on-one fight with Cinna, like, what makes D&D parties so dangerous is the fact that you're not all the same thing. He could come to counter. I mean, maybe you use that against him. Maybe you completely, give Cinna a rework over the next,
24 hours.
8 hours. Because it's the next day. You're towards the end of the evening, so it's maybe like 12 or 14 hours away. And so, maybe you pull one over on him. Because based with your insight, that he would definitely take advantage of this. Should you offer it?
I mean, how would we greatly rework Cinna between what?
I don't know. Cast spells, switch out, give him different weapons. Who knows?
Because that's the thing. I don't really know how we could do it on such short notice. Like, Cinna does have a bunch of extra abilities he had before, but like, I don't know if it's enough to.
I can still go ranged. I can run and gun. I can use Zephyr Strike. I can use. No, I can't use magic. Never mind.
That's the issue. That you did.
Yeah, I think we should just keep the rules as they are right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is, I guess.
Well, look, we know this isn't going to be fair.
Yeah, and we specified that we can't use spells only, so I can still use all my abilities. So it should still be fine. I think.
Yeah.
I think we're fine the way it is.
Yep.
All right. He agrees to the terms.
Ba 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 ba. We're fucked. Oh god damn it. We are. We get to choose our witnesses.
Yep. You can get your 3 witnesses and your medic.
Yep. All right. So, I don't know about y'all, but I think our witnesses should be someone. I mean, obviously, we're getting our reporter friend.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, wait. I don't know if we.
I think it should be someone who can get information out quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know if we.
So yeah.
Wait. I'm sorry. One more thing. I don't know if we fully stop negotiation
We should specify that no harm can come to the witnesses.
No harming of the medics nor the witnesses. They are immune from everything. They are not part of the combat, and they are.
Yep, you're right. We mentioned that before we hang up the line.
Yep, he's fine with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Just in case, you know.
You know, sometimes
That
I
being
thought to
said,
myself I was a rules lawyer or whatever. Tom's games are like I have the come into a court meeting, and I don't know what the case is.
Hey, look.
I'm not
You
saying
guys
this is a
challenged
bad
the guy
thing.
to a duel. I didn't do any of this. This is all on you.
This is true. We literally came up with this plan from the start. All the sessions ago.
I love this. None of this was me.
No, I'm not. I am not complaining. I love this shit. I'm just saying, it's my cousin Vinny sort of lawyering here. I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that you did do this to the one intelligent villain. Like, viscosity, this would have taken, 2 minutes, and it would have just been you, like, bluffing him and him agreeing to it, So, it's also the type of villain.
Yeah.
This is also true. He is like this ridiculous mastermind who is like, unfortunately, very nuts. And we had to, yeah. But thankfully we did not allow ourselves to instantly be choked out by mustard gas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been really funny.
It's like, yeah, honestly, pretty big oversight that we were like just assuming that oxygen not even open.
I mean, I specified oxygen. It was just like the composition that we weren't set on.
Yeah, that was almost an utter disaster, unmitigated disaster. So thankfully that didn't happen. Yeah.
There is also the thing that if he filled it with 100% oxygen, that would have been really funny.
Because you would have just died.
We just light a match and we're good to go.
Yeah, that would have been a huge issue too. But thankfully, we solved that issue. I'm just trying to think. Is there any? I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. How are we getting this cage? Let's call up Trinity.
Yeah. Okay. And after that, we hang up with him.
Charlemagne can probably figure out a cage.
Highs or lows? Oh no. Highs.
Hi. We always go high. I had to explain this to Danny, why we always get much higher. So high, so high.
So, good news. She says, I don't really have anything like that, but I can source some stuff and have it sent over.
Oh, well, that's incredibly convenient.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I'll send my my bill to the count.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you, Trinity. You're a dear.
Absolute dear. Who are we sending to inspect the cage with the Inquisitor's dudes?
Tito, he could probably tell if there's explosives in it.
Actually, you're not even wrong. You're actually a genius. We should send Tito and like.
I think. Okay, for our witnesses.
Definitely. Okay, send someone with Tito who can actually fight. So send George, like, just to make sure nothing happens.
Okay.
So I'll let you know whoever you end up sending. At no point does he come by and take a look at the cage beforehand.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he just assumed that it would be fine to give him the option to begin with.
There's not a lot of time in order to mess around with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's also true. I mean, it'll be a fucking cage at the end of the day. He probably is also like, look, he can tell that we're not trying to make fucking hate your fucking. I guess besides that, the witnesses. I guess, yeah, we could have white. We could have, we want to have someone who can actually fight unironically in case shit happens.
Yeah, I think
Fern has 999.
as much as I
It's
love
not
Fern,
confirmed.
Fern runs away. Fern isn't there to fight. Fern's to run away.
Change my brain about that. Also, they would just be like, why do you guys only have 2 witnesses? And then just a potted plant in the corner.
yeah. I would you know how we were gonna joke about how we, faked our deaths? Fern is that fucking plot twist of, oh yeah, no, this is our character who, is our ace in the hole. We can't reveal our ace quite yet. The game is nowhere near over.
Yeah, I feel like should.
Yeah, the Inquisitor does not need to know that we have a potted plant ally.
Yeah.
No, yeah, 100 correct. I absolutely agree with this.
What's
Oh, yeah.
her name? She always goes on expeditions with us and kicks so much fucking
We're gonna have
ass.
Rio with us?
I mean, she's
I feel like Charlemagne might be a better option. I feel like she's gonna be like, oh, this is boring because she's not fighting.
Also, Charlemagne is actually kind of a beefcake in combat, isn't he?
he doesn't hit that hard, from what I remember.
Didn't he soul that entire compound by himself during the Bubble Vengers episode?
Tom, was that a thing?
Yeah.
It was off screen, but yeah, he did very well.
He, like, absolutely just fucking obliterated that whole army.
Yeah, he's a
Um,
beat-
And Rio
Beefcake.
was upset that she didn't get to to actually fight as much because Charlemagne was too fucking good at his job.
I honestly think we should send Aster instead of Charlemagne. I know Aster is, we've asked a lot of them already, but,
I mean, if they want to show.
She is literally a friend of Bubbles. And they do like shows.
Oh.
It'd be very funny to get Bubbles.
I think Bubbles should stay near the house in case anything like that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, the last you heard from Bubbles, she was in Cruckman's store, so.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what if we hear from her not last? Now, I call Bubbles.
Highs or lows?
Highs.
Alright. I kid you not. I'm like, yeah, man, 90% she's gonna pick up. It's gonna be so funny. And I rolled a 3. It goes to voicemail.
Yep, that's our Bubbles.
Hey, we're gonna.
I literally was like, yeah, this is almost guaranteed that she's gonna pick up here.
That would have been the perfect fucking person to have there, because I would not worry about her defending the other people there at all. Like,
You could have also just lied.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do instead.
We can leave her a voicemail saying, "Hey, we're gonna
I'm
have
gonna
a fight
leave
to
her
the
a
death."
text message. What's a priced possession of Bubbles here? Is Shara with her?
I mean,
I'm assuming.
I don't think you guys have told her about that hideout and all the stuff that you found inside of there.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that, didn't we?
Yep. Yeah, we took her adopted sibling.
Yeah, she's like
Her
hanging out
adopted
somewhere in
daughter.
it. But yeah, we do have a letter for her, here from that abandoned area, right? Was it and like the cube?
Yeah, the weird metal.
Yeah.
Yep, that is also stuff that you have.
So like, we can text her, say like, hey, we're about to have a fight to the death tomorrow. We also have like these things for you. If you want them, you should probably come see us before we like may or may not like pass away.
All right, you send her the text message.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to leave a spot open, or have like how are you gonna handle whether or not she actually shows up?
Let's grab, um, let's still grab 3 people beside, or I guess 2 more people besides Bubble and Mike, and then have the last person we grab be like the alternate. Bubbles doesn't show up, and if Bubbles shows up, we'll be like, okay, you're good, you home. Because this might be super dangerous. So.
Who are you guys picking?
What?
Who are you picking?
Who else should we pick, y'all? Like.
You wanna see if Barbados wants to like come see a fight?
I think Barbados is a really decent option.
Highs or lows?
Highs. We still have game nights on the weekends. We're bros.
I promise. I promise I'm not doing this on purpose.
There's no way.
It rolled a 2. It was another 90%. I've got such a high percentile that they respond. It doesn't connect. It seems like his sending slate might be out of batteries. It needs to be charged.
Shit.
What about Adonis?
Highs or lows?
Highs. Let's go gambling.
Oh,
dang it.
Oh, dang it.
Hold up a second here. How do I take a screenshot? Actually, I'm just gonna share my screen.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, dang it. I can't stop losing. I can't stop losing.
Let's go gambling.
Guys, it rolled a 1.
Hey, Tom.
Accidentally
Legit went 3, 2, 1.
It went 3, 2, 1, guys. Oh, the previous roll was a 69 for getting the medal. That one I gave you a 50-50.
We had a 90 chance. 90% chance.
You had a 90% chance on all of these.
To get an ally to come to us.
This world is imperfect.
3. We rolled a 3.
Maybe this is why the Inquisitor wants to destroy this shitty country, because no one answers their goddamn fucking cell phone.
Then 2.
All right, let me stop streaming there. So yeah, Adonis doesn't pick up his phone. He forgot to pay his phone bill. It doesn't make any sense. Sending slates are free.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk?
There's not a monthly fee associated with them.
General deceptionist.
You call the general. Are you calling to get the general to come, or are you calling to have the general tell Adonis to come?
to tell
Second
either
one.
one of the
Second
two,
one.
either Adonis or Barbados, to just see like how they're doing.
All right, highs or lows?
Highs.
All right, so good news. This one it was going to be a 50-50 whether or not he could do all the stuff on the back end in order to do it, and you did get higher than the 50. So Adonis has been confirmed to show up.
Hell yes.
God fucking.
Okay, nice.
Adonis confirmed.
That was ridiculous. The amount of.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
How does he feel about the deathmatch though?
You know, this is our fault for the one time we don't after the 3-2-1 at the start.
No, it's never failed us.
It's because we didn't say let's jam. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
That is why we're being punished.
That's why.
All right.
Getting
So
that much higher has never hurt us ever.
all right, so you've got White, you've got Adonis. You guys mentioned Aster. Did you want to ask Aster again?
Yeah.
Highs or lows? This one's another 90%
Oh,
chance.
no,
Can
no,
we
we
get
have to, we're
much
not gonna roll
higher?
a 0, so we'll be fine. We'll roll 100.
We can't roll a 0.
It's gonna underflow to 100. It's fine. Still highs.
Highs?
Highs.
Yeah.
Always high.
Underflow to 100.
The roll was low, but again, it was a 90% chance. So she says, yeah, that sounds entertaining. Like I get a lunch, right?
You get some chocolate fountain.
There is a chocolate fountain.
She says, yeah, I'll show up.
That's enough. That's all she needs. It's like sick. Let's go.
Oh, we have to call Charlemagne for a chocolate fountain.
Oh, true. Are we at the highs or lows for this?
Highs or lows?
I fucking if we don't get this fucking chocolate fountain, the entire like battle is cut
Everything
off.
falls apart.
Everything falls apart. No.
Highs or lows?
Highs.
Nice.
Oh no.
You call up. He says, yeah, we've got a spare one at back that we've used at parties before.
Sick.
What's the percent chance?
I was 90.
Okay.
I don't usually do 90 percentile chances, but all of this is stuff that should work pretty well. You do it and you're like, oh, okay, there's going to be 6 or 7 people, maybe one of them can't make it, and so we'll roll a percentile to, leave it up to the fate about who you can't get in contact with, because that happens in real life. And it's every single one is the funniest thing ever.
Everybody says no, and they're all hanging out with each other that day.
Okay, so I guess if Bubble shows up, then Ashley can just go home, and we'll buy her lunch anyways. Is what we'll tell her. I'll buy her lunch if she has to go home early.
We didn't say like a maximum, did we? We just said like.
We said 3 witnesses.
And then your 4th slot is a medic, if you wanted to bring a medic. So you do technically have a 4th slot.
Oh,
Technically they don't need to be a medic. It's the medic slot. You give them a bandage, it'll count.
Can we ask the Pope to send someone over?
Who do we know is?
We could ask one of the science people.
Okay, but do we know a science person who can actually heal us? Don't worry.
Not like personally.
Oh.
Yeah, so like I'm thinking either the Pope or like someone from the science directorate. We can ask. They're like, hey.
To just bring the like.
Oh wait.
I would not bring the Pope.
Idea. Oh wait, no, this would be bad because their existence is a secret. I was thinking like, oh, we could get the Kieran. That'd be funny.
I definitely.
Yeah, their existence is not supposed to be known, so.
So here's my thing, right? I don't think
Yeah.
bringing the Pope itself is a good idea because it's literally just like delivering Pope or to Inquisitor on a silver platter. But maybe.
I mean, would that be so
I don't
bad,
think he
really?
would show up either.
What?
I don't think he would show up either.
That too. So maybe.
I
we
just
could
think like
ask
getting a
someone-
random person from either the church or the science directorate who knows
Well,
healing
we could
magic.
ask the Pope to give us one of his like, I don't know, his like cleric lieutenants or something, like trust can like, you know, heal us. Who has like crazy ass, sure we're alive, die, or to revive us if we do.
Yeah.
So that's probably the better solution because they can pull out like the like have him send someone with us who has like true resurrection or some shit.
I mean, we're not gonna get anyone with true resurrection, but we'll get
How
someone
do
with.
you know? We have the Pope who can just give us people. Can we try calling up the Pope to find a medic?
Is it the first one you call?
Yeah.
Or do you call the science directorate first?
I want to do the Pope first.
Pope first, and then science directorate.
Highs or lows?
The highs.
So he says that yeah, we can send someone over. The problem is that I need to send you someone that I know that we can trust. Last minute, they may not be the best. But I can definitely have somebody there
Can
in
they
time.
cast Revivify? That's all we need. Someone within a minute of one of us dying.
Do you happen to?
He says, yeah, they'd be able to do that, but probably not much higher than that.
Is there no one else you can? There's really no one else you can trust who can more than that.
He says, I can send you someone who's better off, but if they're, if I haven't fully cleared everybody, and if they're in the Inquisitor's pocket, then you have another enemy in that room.
Yeah.
So it's up to you if you want to risk it.
I think we should get someone late.
I
Let
think
me
we're
get
as all
while you're on the line with them, I'm calling the science directorate.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Highs or lows?
Hi. Always hi.
So they have somebody who can do better healings and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But you're not. Let me actually do a roll here because they'd be.
I'm gonna be right back.
Yes, give me one moment.
No.
Because it's yeah, it looks like they'd also only be able to do Revivify. They're probably a much higher level though. It's just clerics get access to Revivify a lot earlier than most other classes.
The only other possible person, and Cinna, you would be the one to call this. Does the military have any of their like combat medics or like combat who can do it?
Senna, highs or lows?
Highs. Yeah, is there one that I like talk to or something?
Yeah, they have them. They're not as good.
Damn, what the fuck?
They're just
I mean,
there to, like,
they're more designed around like you know, treating like wounds and keeping you alive. They don't really have a lot of them that are just walking around with a bunch of diamonds in order to revivify people. That's not common. Like the guy that the cleric is giving you, or that the Pope is giving you, is still a fairly decently level cleric. And then the artificer, um, that the science directorate is offering you, uh, is uh, is approximately.
Yep. So these are...
Yeah, they'd be a ninth level artificer.
It's
It's a lower level cleric though,
Hmm.
and that's like world renowned. You know, like that's not something to be um, small at.
Artificer or cleric?
They both can basically do the same, but the artificer is higher level. And then the cleric would have like their other like the cleric stuff about like removing diseases and that kind of stuff.
Alright. I literally left for the bathroom for about like 5 minutes. But I'm gonna let you know right now, I think I'd rather trust the artificer in there than another
It's
cleric.
artificer.
Artificer.
Are we sure that did they say that the artificer? Oh my god, artificer would be clear.
You can say whatever you want. I'm just messing around. It's a
Holy
made-up word, like all words.
Oh no,
Mhm.
yeah, my brain. I was just like hard fucking. Well, yeah. Would it be? You said that the artificer would be correct.
Will be what?
They'd be for sure correct, and not like for sure like vetted and not horribly cool. Correct?
Yeah. They'd be solid. You'd know that they've have access to Revivify.
They'd probably be able to hold themselves combat better than the cleric because artificers will get their healing shit. Their and
I mean, neither of them are going to be particularly combat trained. So if a fight does break out, they'll probably back off. They're civilians. But you are right that the artificer probably is a bit more better equipped to deal with combat, whereas um, the cleric would do a much better job of actually like doing normal healing.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, probably artificers is probably better. Got the revised bow anyway. They'll have like stuff with wait. Then yeah, I think just in case they were better off, probably safer. What is everyone else thinking the same thing?
Yeah.
What is the name of this artificer?
Oh, if I generate it now, I'm gonna forget it. Ask me again.
Could you imagine if it's just Tito?
Huh?
Could you imagine if it was just Tito in disguise?
No, it's not Tito.
Hey,
This person
guys.
probably is a fine, upstanding member of society.
It's heel toe. It's heel toe. The artificer. He loves healing instead of he hates blowing things up.
Yeah. So they'll arrive tomorrow. There is before we end for tonight. I did want to give you all
You're
some
live.
information.
Okay.
Give us all what? Sorry.
Last little
Some
bit of
information.
Oh.
So you wake up the next morning and you're about to go get the anything that you need to prepare before the fight. And you're having breakfast. And the door opens up, and White comes in. You've sent her the message, and the original plan was that she was going to be meeting you at the fight. So this is unusual that she's here. She looks a little flustered, and she says, "I've been monitoring Necrolita's movements. I think today, she's going to." Launch a revolt. It seems like she's been prepping her people. I've been hearing some murmurs. I think she's going to try and declare herself queen and just go around the whole council. There's a lot of things that are going in. I mean, technically, it could happen at any time.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Do you have any questions for White?
This is why I said we should have done it in the morning.
Well, like I said, she thinks that it's probably still going to be in the evening before it gets started. And she says, like, she's just going to start a riot. It doesn't mean, like, it's going to be successful. It'd probably take a couple of days for her to, like, really, like, take control of the capital. So you've got time.
So, question. Is she starting the riot?
Huh?
Starting the riot?
I can't hear you.
Is she starting the riot through a concert?
She has a concert scheduled for 3 days from now. You're assuming that that's her plan to, like, that concert's really her coronation. And that it's being set up, but that the revolt will like, she'll need to take control of the capital before that happens. She says it's also weird that some people who weren't really, like, big supporters or have suddenly started to become supporters, and it seems like some of them are even being, like, charmed or mind controlled to join her side. So such a performance may also be amplifying that.
Right. So we should pass this information on to Fern. Like, get him on a voice call.
Yeah.
Fern, yeah, it's a Fern.
All right. So as you're beginning to make that phone call, the door opens, and Adonis comes in. Again, you planned on meeting him later. He looks kind of nervous, and he says, "I have news. Necrolita sent a pardon to the jail to
Son of a bitch.
pardon Taurosis."
No. And Sarah.
The people, the jail denied it. They said, like, "Oh, we don't know if this is real. We need to wait for the council to approve this." And there's a revolt going on in the prison now. People got in. We don't know if they're from the outside or if they were from the inside. He says she's probably planning something big, and this is a distraction. And then you all look to White now, knowing that what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for letting us know.
Is Aster gonna come into the room now?
Huh?
Any more bad news?
No, Aster's
like-
not gonna.
Shop
Here's
is
my thing,
pregnant.
If it's a riot, then it's mostly civilians, and I don't think that we're really equipped to handle civilians.
Here's the thing.
Mass suggestion. Or, actually, do you even have mass suggestion?
Oh, what's your suggestion?
No, I was gonna say, do you have mass suggestion?
Me?
Yeah, the spell mass suggestion.
So I haven't technically taken my level yet. I don't think I can get it with one level. Well, maybe I could. I don't know if it's reachable if I put a level in sorcerer instead of. Here's the thing: if I do that, I will be severely nerfing myself to death because I will not have action. Just so you know. And because I can actually use that. I can't use any news that I. You know. So just that's the trade-off. If I can get mass suggestion, I very likely will pick it up though.
Just not right now.
No, I mean I mean for this, if it would probably be required, or if I could somehow swap out a scholar. But I don't know. We'll see. If it required me to put a level into this, or warlock, or whatever could get me, right?
I don't think.
It just depends. I haven't actually spent my level yet, so I could use if I could get it. It's probably
mass suggestion's like a level. Actually, no, you probably wouldn't be able to get it with whatever your highest spellcasting level is.
What level spell is it?
Oh god, it's probably like level 6 or 7.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. So we got a riot to deal with.
So the good news is that it will happen after. The issue that we're running into is after the mass death, and we have the entire evening solved.
Yeah, we got. Okay. Someone make a to-do list.
Okay.
So right after Lunu says that, the door swings open.
Oh my god!
And Fern comes in the room. Usually, Fern's just already in the room, so this is already out of character for him. He doesn't have eyes or a face, but you can tell he seems a little worried. He comes in and he says, "We've found the Inquisitor's secret base."
What do you mean he had a secret?
Well, yeah, you know, that one in the video recording that you guys were talking about.
Where is it?
Anyway, we found it. So here's the thing is, it looks like it's being set up to perform a profane ritual to transform the Inquisitor into a god. And this is stuff we already knew he was planning on doing. But the thing is it looks like the ritual is about to start. But here's the thing is, it'll take about 3 days to do the ritual, but it needs a lot of like chaos and stuff. So he's definitely planning on instigating something like today.
Did you hear about the
then
riot?
Fern looks around and sees all of the other information that you guys have been talking about and is being like, ah, yes, this all checks out.
Oh, let me guess. Did Viscosity also decide to, like, rob a bank?
You say this, and the door swings open. And a dwarf comes in wearing a Union uniform. He says, "Guys, we've uncovered a plot by Viscosity. He's planning on cutting off the air to Nevermire and flooding parts of it that don't submit to him."
Alright,
The only reason why he'd be doing this is if he thought that there was about to be a major coup, so we think something's big going down, and then he looks around at all of the information, and he's like, yeah, that checks out.
Hey,
Okay.
George, add that to the to-do list.
So, I think we
Is he
can...
planning on doing that today?
It definitely seems like he's like looking at the information. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna start. I mean, like, we'll be able to hold out for a while, but if the 3 days go by, most of us will either need to surrender or he'll be able to successfully kill a good amount of people.
Is it 3 days?
3 days, yeah.
Okay, so we have time. We do have time. Like, we can prioritize the Inquisitor, because, like, if everything goes down and we, like, kill him here and now, then his whole ritual isn't going to make anyone a god. Right? And then we can go about trying to quell the riots. Like, we should get, like, people who, like, know how to talk better. Or, like, can actually, like, break enchantments and shit to try and quell the riots.
I mean, we
And
could
then-
also stop her during the concert if required.
Yeah. I guess the big thing is like trying to get military support out into Nevermind, or the military can't really do anything right there, so like they would have to focus on the prison.
Yeah. Alright.
What the hell? I mean,
Well, fellas, we're in it deep now.
what? What?
Unless anyone else has something to say.
Everybody's kind of like looking around, like I
What?
don't know what you're talking about.
I'm waiting for like another person to pop out of nowhere.
I take out my sending slate and I call bubbles.
Wow, that's a first for you. I'm usually the one who has to do it.
While it's ringing, the door opens.
Blair's just like face palming.
It's Barbados. He says, "Hey guys, sorry I missed your call yesterday. I was on a long scouting mission, and I have some news to report that I think is concerning."
What is he? What is his reaction?
What's his news?
To 900 other people in the room right now.
Yeah, he kind of looks around and says, "Oh, well, maybe this is bigger news than I thought."
Go on with it.
He says, "Well, so the Boros company has started like testing our borders, which isn't like that uncommon. But they've also on a couple of the nearby islands really started doing a large military buildup. And you know, again, it's the Boros company, but with all this other stuff going on, they definitely probably had some intelligence, considering they've got some connections to Taurosis. They may be preparing on the northern side, and then you know, we do have another issue. He says, you know, all things else equal, I thought this one would be something you guys would be able to take care of pretty easily. And it does involve you guys directly. He turns to Cinna and he says, while out doing the patrols, a large, like, toxic black mass was seen beginning to move into Aethervathy territory, and I went to go scope it out, and on top of it, there was, like, this vengeful spirit kind of thing, and it was saying that it wanted a rematch, and that it was gonna kill you.
It's Dude and Carl.
No! It's Carl!
The master Carl.
And then he says, well, I was also getting reports of like this like really big red fish that was causing problems on the southern border. But that one's probably just a red herring.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I can't believe you just.
The red herring's gonna be the final boss of this fucking campaign, and we
Hey,
all know it.
Tweebuses, it's me, Red Herring! No, it's him.
It's this giant fish that's destroying the town and calling everyone a dork.
We're gonna beat the Inquisitor, and then the red herring is gonna take his place in the god ritual, and it's gonna be like, I was secretly the antithesis to Nimbicius, your god the entire time, Blair.
No, I'm the god, and now that I got this far, I realize I've attained ultimate power. Woe be upon who received the throne of God and does not know what to do with it. No, fellas?
I'm the god of ocean pollution, red tide.
What we should do is, Blair, do you still have your goldfish?
I do still have him in my pocket.
Give him to Fern, put him in the driver's seat of the Chaos Ritual.
Are you insane?
I mean, I would rather have like a
Yes.
random dumb fish become a god than the Inquisitor.
I mean, if we have to like Dragon Ball this and waste the godly wish / ritual on the dumbest fucking thing possible so that the actual bad guy doesn't get it, I'm not entirely opposed to this idea. If we have to,
Oh no! What if we?
It can at least like
don't?
suck up some of the chaos. Like if it like takes us a day to calm things down, a day or two to calm things down, and not the full 3 days.
Causes the Inquisitor to only become a demigod and not a full god, because the fish is also a demigod.
Yeah.
I suppose so. I guess if the fish is a demigod.
All right. So wait. Let's go over our list.
Oh wait, but this bubbles picking up.
Hello?
Bubbles,
We need your help.
where are you?
She says, I'm like right next door. I keep hearing people go inside your guys' building. Is everything okay?
No, please come inside our building too. We have a lot to talk to you about. The entire world is going to shit, and we actually, unironically, need your help. Please.
Oh, well, she says, Charlemagne just burst into my door a minute ago and said that he had big news, so I'll bring him over and he can just give it to all of us.
No.
So that's
Send
10.
me back. Lulu, send me back. Send me to hell. I don't care.
So, Bubbles and Charlemagne come in through the door, and Charlemagne says, big news, we've got a big problem. And then he looks around at all the other stuff and he's like, oh no. He says,
This fucking party going on here. This fucking backlot barbecue going on.
Charlemagne says that they've gotten reports of, and he says, what was described to me as a really, really big monster running towards the city of Ormos.
Wait, you cut out there. You said there's just a really, really big monster?
A really, really big monster. He says, I did some interviews. They said that it had like a lot of spikes, and that it was moving in this direction. They said it was like as big as a mountain, and based off of current trajectory, they said it'll be here in about 2.5 days. And he says within half a day, a creature of this size might be able to level Ormos, or at least the city.
Do they know what type of creature it is?
He says it's really, really big, and it's got a lot of spikes on it, he said. Besides that, the people that were there were delirious. They had like a teleporting scroll. They were out exploring. these are veterans. These are things that have gone out and fought tons of people that are used to going into it, and they said they've never seen anything like it. They said it was the most terrifying thing they've ever seen in the jungle.
And it's heading towards Orima to level everything, including...
They say, well, that's not confirmed, but it was heading here very quickly, and if it's as big as they say it was, it could destroy the entire city.
I don't think it's a mountain.
I have a question.
I think it's our fucking serial killer guy.
Serial killer? What?
Did they kill him?
I thought we...
No, well, you guys did kill him, but you brought him back. He's been in jail. He says, no, that guy's like tiny in comparison to what this is.
I have a question. I have a question out of character. Is this a Tarrasque?
I don't know. You'll have to go take a look.
I was like, I'm pretty sure Tarrasques are spiky, and I just googled it, and they were very, 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 very spiky. Question. How far away is it visible from? And do you have are there eyes on
He says that
right
they didn't want to get close to it. So they're not 100% sure of its like real size. But they say it's bigger than anything that they've ever seen before.
No one took a picture of it, or there's no one who has eyes on it currently?
Currently, no. But there are people that have seen it.
And how is it moving exactly?
With its legs.
Yeah, they said it was running.
It's running. It's bipedal?
They said it was both. It was like running on all fours, but then occasionally like it would stand up.
Okay. That could still be a Tarrasque. God.
Yeah, so...
I mean, I'll also out of character, I will say, I've always wanted to fight a Tarrasque in a campaign, but hot damn.
Hey, we have
like,
quite a to-do list, don't we?
Not like this. Oh no, this is.
I don't think we have.
Yes, a bit off more of I can do. Okay, so oh gosh. So.
Okay.
Bubbles, we're gonna need your help so badly for this. There's so much that is exploding right now. I'm so glad that you're here.
Unless, okay, anyone else gonna come through that goddamn door?
I mean, Aster hasn't come in yet.
Or Tito.
Or Tito.
The door opens up and Tito walks in. And he says, "Look, I don't have a drinking problem. All right, this is very kind that you all have done this for me. All right, but I don't need an intervention. Okay. You want to know what? I'm just gonna back out and leave." And he backs out and
Wait,
leaves.
no, Tito. I have an idea for you. And I know we told you not to do this. Tito, I need you to make so many robot dinosaurs right now.
That they could blow up a Tarrasque.
I need you to make an army of robot dinosaurs, and we only have 2 days to save Ormos. Can you do it?
He turns around and he says, absolutely.
And you have please make them controllable so they don't turn on us with the Tarrasque. The fucking giant.
He says, well, they're sentient creatures. I mean, if they're trained, I can't train them. He says, I can just arm them.
Okay, if you can...
But anyway, we're going to pause for the night here.
Wait, could you make their arms... Could you make it so you could disable their arms from afar if you need to?
No, we'll figure this out later.
He
Steven.
says absolutely, but I refuse.
So Austin, if you could
I lost count at the first one.
So I will put in
our to-do
some
list.
additional information for you all that includes the current tasks at hand.
You check this.
And then I will also put in some outside information just so that way you guys know, like in terms of like how long it'll take you to get from one place to another, so that way you can plan it out. And of course, just like what you did with Tito, you can assign other people to take care of tasks, either completely or temporarily, in order to get you a better opening. And I will say that throughout this, you only have 3 days to do all of this. Which means that you only get 3 long rests.
Mm-hmm.
But a bonus is that each of those long rests, whenever you choose to take them, you will automatically gain a level up.
Oh shit.
Oh.
So when you're planning things out, just note, you can theoretically take a short rest really early in order to get a level up. But also if you, if you end up not taking them, then you miss out. So this is meant to be included, in it, so that you can plan for the future and have things set up. And you'll be able to ask some more information about these things specifically. But it is Christmas time. I do not have a Christmas episode for you all this year.
We have
So
Christmas episodes.
you'll know.
This is
But you'll have a moment.
present.
You'll have a moment to look over all of this information and decide what you want to do.
I hate to ask you, Tom, for like the list of NPCs so we could like assign it out. I know
I can go back and take a look at them, but I may forget some. So
it's all right.
Also try and remember them.
Yep.
The best episode to reference for sure would be Double Bender's episode. Kalamazoo is obviously still on the table for this. Oh my gosh, wait.
Kalamazoo's a dinosaur trainer.
Have him help train the
Oh
dinosaurs.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Tim and Tito are like a dream team we never even thought of.
This is such a weird pairing, but it works so well.
I
Good
know.
odd couple. I hope they get married.
We all do. It's a couple, for seasons now. We were hoping to get together. Anyway, I'm Boosh/Connar/ your Lunu this evening. You can find me Boosh at Conjoin Artists on Instagram. Boosh B00SH on Blue Sky. Con the Artist on Twitter. Join our Discord. Follow and like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. I'm tossing it to Os.
Hey, you can find me at Octoos on Blue Sky. I don't post. I'm working on stuff. But yeah. Tasura.
Yeah, hi, I'm Tasura. I exist. I'm real. I'm a person. I'm going through information overload. Steven.
Ah, yes, it was I, Blair Audina.
This was your fault?
None of this was my fault. All of my plans have been perfect, and you're welcome for everything. However, this fish is currently freaking the fuck out, and is completely spiraling, trying to figure out how to fucking get everything to work.
And you know what the worst part about all this is?
What?
The prom's tomorrow.
Fuck, you're right.
What is Lunu, Blair, George,
Blair
and
was
Cinna
literally-
gonna wear to the prom?
Blair was literally in the middle of writing her next diss track to play against Nacrolita at the actual rap battle they would have at a concert, and now she's just like, what the fuck do I even do?
Yep.
I mean, you still might get that.
Oh,
I mean, your
I
diss
would-
track will just be like Meet the Gramps at this point.
I would really like to say thank you so much for putting Nacrolita the dead last, so that we could that the actual like musical rap battle / real battle, simultaneous real battle could still happen, I'm very happy that this is still possible to actually happen without being a complete inconvenience. So major thanks for that. Thank you for just putting it in that specific time slot. Besides that, you had Venty on AI create the site that doesn't want to die, and then you can find him as once in the night Christmas. And yeah, that's basically it. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Happy Hanukkah.
And Tom.
Merry Kwanzaa. Merry Chrysler.
And Tom. What's your plug?
My plug for today is using duct tape to tape yourself to the ceiling, so that way you don't have to touch the ground when it's cold outside.
Why is it
Inspiring.
Hey,
True innovator.
hey, I hope you all have a Lexus December to remember and happy Honda days. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.